before buying ID, Bethesda didn't have any kind of big meeting like this. After some years celebrating and being part of QuakeCon, how do you feel about the event, and what do you feel is the most positive outcome of it?
It's a good question. This is, I think, the 8th year that we've done QuakeCon since we bought it. We love this event. We have done everything we can to try and support it and help it grow without interfering with what makes QuakeCon great. So we haven't tried to turn it into something it's not, or we've just tried to provide resources and bring some of our other titles from other studios here and just kind of increase the kind of celebration that it is, which is this celebration of gaming. And I think the best part of QuakeCon is just that. It's a celebration of gaming in all of the ways, whether it's people playing in the BYOC, all night and enjoying games, or coming to panels to hear developers that they love talk about their games or ask them questions, or coming to today's welcome to kind of hear what's going on at Bethesda, get a sneak peek at some game demos, or to do hands-on, to get to play a VR demo of Fallout 4 or Doom or stuff like that. I think that's what makes this a great show. It's a real celebration of this thing that we all love.
Dishonored was already considered by most the best game of the year when it was released. We have seen, like, maybe I think I'm counting right, like 20 different ways to kill in 5-minute footage.
Yep.
That was amazing, crazy. How is Dishonored 2 going to improve what made Dishonored 1 great? It seems impossible.
It's a good question. Well, I think what they've tried to do is they've looked at the things that people really liked about Dishonored, which is having a lot of choice, getting to come up with creative ways to get through an area, whether it's violent or non-violent. I think they've tried to offer even more player choice in those areas. So now, whether you're playing as Corvo or Emily, they both have completely separate sets of powers, and it changes up how you approach a certain situation. If you're playing as Corvo, you might decide to summon a rat swarm to take out that guard. If you're Emily, well, you can't do that, but you might grab that guard and pull him or her over to where you are and kill him in midair. One of the things that they've done is they've added a lot more non-lethal options, so you have more ways to take down enemies without killing them. It's something that you got to be creative, and the game rewarded you for it by saying, "Oh, you want to do that? Like, here's what happens when you do that." You're like, "Oh, wow, okay, cool."
Prey is a reimagination of the original title. What can fans expect from the original game, and what is the new Prey bringing to the table?
I would say, what are we keeping from the original sort of Prey? It's this idea of an alien threat that's trying to kill you. You are being hunted. Something is trying to eliminate you. Right? And again, to your Dishonored question, it's about that systemized gameplay that Arcane is known for. Really immersive first-person worlds that give you this amazing sense of place, that everything feels well thought out and reasoned why things are the way they are, and how you are going to handle any situation is entirely up to you. I saw somebody today, like, I cannot wait to play Prey and try and get through the whole game as a coffee cup. Right? Like,
that was crazy.
What other game could you ever say that about? And like, even saying that, okay, that's kind of ridiculous. But there's also a part of you that's like, I wonder if you could actually do that. Like, I wonder how much a game you could play as a coffee cup or like as an inanimate object. Not only from the story standpoint, but also just in the whole, like, you're chasing a mimic and you're shooting at it, and it runs around the corner, and you turn the corner and there's a trash can and a chair at a desk and like a gun on the ground, and you have no idea, like, is that a real gun, or is that a mimic trying to lure me in so it can, I think when you play it, you just find it's so immersive, and you get that same wonderful sense of exploration and sort of wonder at what you can try and do, and I wonder if this works, and that kind of thing.
What have you guys learned from the success of the Return of Doom to make sure that Quake Champions is loved for Quake fans as much as Doom for both the critics and Doom fans?
Well, I think what we learned from Doom is that we found the right mix of doing things that people who knew the franchise and loved it would appreciate, that we didn't have to stray drastically from that original formula. We just sort of had to fit it to kind of a modern age, but we didn't have to like drastically change what people remembered from those games. And I think, you know, talking about Quake, like a lot of the things that you're talking about, you can still do in a modern competitive shooter and have the fans of the original games feel like, yes, like that's what I want. I want it to be really fast. And by the way, it's important to note, like, it's not only really fast, but it's incredibly responsive, right? And those two things don't always mean the same thing. You can play a very fast game, but like when you go to turn or to do something, it feels sluggish. It's not quick, and that's where that, you know, it's not just the unlocked frame rate, but it's the 120 hertz. It's having something that feels incredibly responsive and therefore very skill-based.